Hey everybody, did you know Goal Zero has a recall on the Yeti tank and the Yeti link? Well, they realized that their small little wires here that were connecting it weren't cutting it. So they replaced it with a nice thicker wire and new connections. We're going to show you how to replace these today and make your Yeti tank safer. Stay tuned. Now, if you're unsure if your purchase is covered by the recall, I will leave a link in the description below where you can find that out. You'll have to match up your model number and see if it's covered. So let me show you what comes when you receive the replacements for this recall. You receive a new Yeti link. You receive two new cables, one long one and one short one to replace these, and a new fuse that you will find inside once you open it up. So to replace the Yeti link, you open this up, undo the screws there, pull it up and get the cables from underneath. And the new one, you will put in the reverse way, same thing, same cables underneath, but they have a new cable here that is permanent. So that doesn't come out, and this will connect to your new cables that are provided. So no more this style. Now I have this style. Let's go over the tools you'll need. You'll need, to get into the box, you'll need a screwdriver and a 4mm Allen wrench. Once you're inside, to remove the cables, you'll need a 13mm wrench or socket wrench. And then for the cables to fit through the original plastic housing, top housing, you'll need a file. Rat tail file works great. I'll be using power tools to help me, but if you don't have nice power tools, this will work. Let's start by opening her up. 4mm Allen wrench in the corners. Make sure you don't lose these. Phillips screws in the middle. Those fell out. So this foam block actually fell off, so it's supposed to stick onto the top here. Start off by first taking off any jewelry. I actually one time burned my entire finger around here working on a car battery with my class ring from high school. I don't wear it anymore. Now that we're jewelry free, make sure you don't cross these two with a piece of metal. That would be bad. You can start by taking off this protective cover on the fuse. Squeeze in the middle and pull out. You're going to have to disconnect this here to get the old wires out. The replacement wires will actually come with new nuts and washers. Next, let's undo these wires, the negative wires. Okay, that's actually really easy with my power tools. Let's show you how difficult it is with a wrench. You're gonna have to hold the battery in place because it'll want to wiggle, and then you just have to hold the wire in place too because it wants to move. There it goes. Now it's free. The kit does not come with new bolts, so make sure not to lose these bolts. Now you have a strip battery. let's get the old wires out of the lid and we can start replacing them. Now we'll need to open up this hole inside of here, right here in the middle. It needs to be a bit bigger because those new cables are bigger. Okay, I did most of that off camera, but it only took me about 2 minutes. So just widen it out to where these braces meet it, here and here on both sides, and you should be good. Next we run the cables through. So these labels here can go through too. So now you can see we've got a long one and a short one sticking out. So now we need to get the fuse box ready. You can see the old one and the new one. Old one is thinner and the new one has a thicker wire. Let's go ahead and get this off. Loosen up with a wrench. So they put these on in the order they want you to put them back on. So it goes washer first, then lock washer, then nut on top, after you've connected everything to it. So let's go ahead and connect the positive terminals. Washer, lock washer, nut. Go ahead and put them on top of each other like this so they can fit through this opening like that. And then go ahead and tighten them down. I'm going to go ahead and do this by hand. You're going to need to bend the terminals a little bit to get them nice and tight. So right now it's still going on pretty easy. And you can see it's bending a little bit. You want them to be flat, but you don't want to be squishing the metal because then you're going to start breaking stuff. So you can feel it start to tighten up. Give it a few, just a little bit more, and then stop. So now you can see they're nice and flat there, and they're not gonna come loose on you. So, you know, move them around, push them around. If they're not moving, then they're probably not gonna move on you. Reinstall the plastic cap cover. That's good to go. Now we're ready to start connecting to the battery. You saved your bolts, right? Stick the bolt through the terminal, positive terminal, red to red. So you want the wires to curl around this way. If you try and do it this way, the foam is going to get in the way. So curl around the way that they're going to fit inside this box when you close it all up. Okay, so right now I'm just going to hand tighten it. We're going to do the same thing with the two black negative terminals. They're going to have to do something like this. Alright, so don't crank on them just yet. Let's see if we can get this to fit all inside here before we crank them down. Push the wires so they're gonna go inside there. There needs to be a nice open spot right here for the foam to go in. You just kind of have to cram it all in there. fingers. Maybe push a little bit of wire back out. It's not going to hurt anything to have the color showing here. It's not a big deal. Okay, so now we know it'll work. Let's open it up and tighten things down. Same thing on this. You don't want to go so tight that you're stripping the threads, but you also don't want it so loose that this is going to move around. There. Okay. Plenty of torque there, but not overboard. It's good to go. Do it all again, get it to fit back in there, and should be able to button this thing up. Alright, start in the middle, I always say, and work your way out. And there you are. Now you're ready to hook up your tank to your Goal Zero Yeti. Now you can see it's doing its job. The tank level is 100% here. It's inputting 520, 30 watts, and it's charging the Yeti. Thanks everybody for watching. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button and the subscribe button. Not only will it help me, but it'll help all those other people who need to see this video. And it will help them get the proper cables to make their system safer. If you could do that, that would be great. Thanks all. We'll see ya. Well, we're going to show you how to replace what they give you in the recall. Looks something like this.